What's up, headhunters? It's cold outside, and I know that you guys are probably like me and really longing for those warm days of spring to get here, get out there after some turkeys. And so I wanted to share something with you today. The UPS man showed up, and I knew what he had because a couple weeks ago I got in contact with Hawke Optics and had some questions about a scope that I was getting ready to purchase. I found a Cerakoted version of their turkey scope and was interested in just learning a little bit more about it. And in conversation, the fella asked me, he said, well, we got a Mossy Oak version that we're releasing, and asked me if I wanted that one, and I said absolutely. So now I got the Cerakoted version that's going on a build, and this just came in, and I'm gonna open it up right here today with you guys, and we're gonna check it out firsthand, see what we think. Was really excited to get this. You know, just as I'm opening this, I want to say I've never been a scope hunter for shotguns or turkeys specifically, but getting older, I've kind of actually, right here while we're talking about it, I've conceded and got me some reading glasses here recently, and that's kind of been a game changer. But when we talk about optics, you know, I'm not the spring chick I used to be, so it'd be interesting to give it a whirl. Anxious to just see what I think about it. I like trying optics and new gear, and so this definitely qualifies, and I'm excited to get it mounted up on something, and it's in that Mossy Oak Greenleaf, so I'm super amped about that. And let's cut right to it. We'll see what else is in those smaller boxes in just a second, but let's get this guy out of here. And a little silica, don't eat that. But look at that beautiful finish. Nothing like that Greenleaf, and comes with some caps. And so I already kind of, like I said, I had already checked out the Cerakoted version that I received a couple weeks ago, and just a couple of one of the things that really sold me on this is, like, you know, you got your traditional scopes, and then you've got illuminated reticles. What's really cool about this one is the you know, the reticle's in there, so even if the battery dies for the illumination, then you still got your aim point. So that was one of the things that was always one of my concessions with putting a red dot or any kind of illuminated type optic on my turkey gun, because I was worried about getting out there and having a flaw. And case in point, one time out in Kansas, that actually happened to me. It had been previously, the week before, I'd been out in Ohio and it rained for 3 days straight. When we got out to Kansas finally, I kept on having a red dot issue. And so right here, even if my reticle or if my illumination were to fail, I'd still have that reticle in there, so I could keep on hunting, no big deal. But it's a 4x, so it's let's see, get the specs here for you, go through it. It's the Vantage IR 1x4x20, so 20 millimeter objective, 1 to 4 power. One of the things that I read about it too that's pretty cool is it's there's the horseshoe on the inside. I'll try to get some clips of that too, but the horseshoe that's on the inside at 10 or at 50 yards, it's measures at 10 inches, so that'll be really, it kind of serves as a rangefinder in a sense. And so when we get it out, I'm gonna be mounting both of these scopes up on some setups, and we'll get out there on the range and we'll kind of test that theory with my rangefinder and just kind of see what I think about it. And but be kind of neat to have that range finding capability of it. But like I said, you know, not a new scope, but as far as the model itself, but that Mossy Oak Greenleaf on there looks great. Beautiful finish. Got a nice smooth operation there on the power magnification. Check out the eye relief. Looks good through there. I'm going to go ahead and power it up too. There we go. That's bright green. So that's one of the things I want to mention too. You've got two different color options. You got the red and you got the green. And that green looks really good up in there. Switch it back and go to bright red. There's bright red. Like the red too. Hard to say. Sometimes you got to get out in the woods and decide which one you like, but like them both. But what really sold me on that is that, like, I didn't have to worry about just a dot, because if you've ever had a red dot fail, then you're headed back to the truck. It's not as simple as, you know, just pull the sight off right there in the woods sometimes, because unless you carry those type tools with you. But and if you've ever tried to just guess where that dot should be, I can tell you that's a bad idea. It does not work out well. So also included with it is you've got the honeycomb sunshade. And you know, if you've hunted with any kind of optics for turkeys, they thought that out, because that is going to be a concern of a turkey hunter. Is, well, what about that glare? You know, a turkey might see that, and because it very well could happen. I guess this has got to come off. Yep. But that screws in right there, and gives you a little bit of a distorted, you know, when you look through there. Yep, you can kind of tell something's on the lens, but you know, you're going to have to make some sacrifices if you decide to go that route with using that. I'm sure this will slide right back over. Yep. So I can still use my protective cap there on that end, and it's going to look good on there. Excited to get it mounted up. Also comes with a, I don't believe that this was in my ceramic coated one that I picked up, but this is a throw lever. Mount that up for quick adjustment of your power on that ring. So but really cool. I want you guys to keep an eye out for videos, because I'm going to be getting these mounted up. I've got a Mossberg SA20 that I'm working on right now and doing a few little customizations to it. And I'm going to be putting the ceramic coated version on that one. Hadn't decided what I'm going to do with this one just yet, but it's going to definitely go on to something. And we're going to be field testing these guys here in just a few weeks when all the snow melts away and you can kind of bear to be outside without your boots getting soaking wet. All that said, though, just wanted to get out here and show you this firsthand today. Really excited about it. That is the Hawke Optics Turkey Scope Vantage IR 1x4x20, and I think you're going to really like it. So go over there and check them out. I think the MSRP on these is $239 is what they got it listed as. So you'll probably be seeing them in some of your retailers and online pretty soon. So keep an eye out, and you better get you one. Spring will be here before long, so jump on it.